You've slept enough, you haven't done anything exhausting, but you feel completely drained. Michael wakes up on Saturday morning, he got 8 hours of sleep. He has no plans, deadlines, nothing urgent pulling at him. He should feel rested, maybe even good. But when he sits up in bed, there's heaviness. Like his body is made of something heavier than it should be. He makes coffee, he sits on the couch, and he just staring, not at anything in particular, just staring. And the strangest part, he can't figure out why he's so tired. He hasn't earned this exhaustion. He hasn't done anything. Here's what most people don't realize. Tiredness isn't just physical. Your body can be completely rested and you can still feel exhausted. Because there's another kind of tired. A kind that doesn't show up on a sleep tracker. Think of your brain like a phone battery. Everyone knows that running apps drains the battery. But what people forget is that the phone is always doing things in the background. Updating, syncing, running processes you can't see. And all of that, even when the screen is off, uses power. Your brain works the same way. Even when you're not actively doing something, it's running. It's processing yesterday's conversation. It's rehearsing tomorrow's meeting. It's scanning for problems. It's planning. It's worrying. It's managing 1,000 tiny tasks you're not even aware of. And all of that takes energy. So you can sleep for 8 hours and wake up tired. Because sleep restores your body. But it doesn't always restore your mind. Not if your mind spent the whole night running background processes. And here's where it gets complicated. A lot of the tiredness people feel isn't from what they did. It's from what they're carrying. Unfinished things. Decisions they haven't made. Conversations they need to have but keep avoiding. Your brain treats all of that like open tabs. And every open tab uses a little bit of energy. One tab doesn't seem like much. But when you have 20, 30, 50 tabs open, your whole system starts to slow down. You feel it as tiredness, as fog, as this vague sense of heaviness that you can't quite explain. Someone asks you to do something small, just one thing, and it feels impossible. Not because the thing is hard, but because you're already holding so much, your arms are full. And adding one more thing, even something light, feels unbearable. Most people think they're lazy when this happens. They think, I should be able to handle this. Other people do more than me and they're fine. What's wrong with me? But nothing's wrong with you. You're just running out of capacity. And capacity isn't about physical energy. It's about mental space. There's also the kind of tired that comes from pretending, from performing, from being a version of yourself that isn't quite real. You go to work. You smile. You engage. You match the energy of the room, and all of that is fine. You can do it. But it costs something. It's like holding your stomach in all day. You can do it. But by the end of the day, you're exhausted. Not because holding your stomach in is hard work, but because constant tension, even small tension, wears you down. And a lot of people are doing that emotionally. They're holding things in, adjusting their personality, managing how they come across, making sure they don't say the wrong thing, don't seem too much or too little. And by the end of the day, they're completely drained. They come home and collapse. And they don't even know why. I just sat at a desk. Why am I so tired? Because you weren't just sitting, you were managing, monitoring, adjusting. And that kind of work is invisible. But it's real. Your brain gets tired from caring about things you can't control. You read the news. You see what's happening in the world. You feel the weight of it. You worry about people you love. You think about problems that don't have solutions, and your brain keeps trying to solve them anyway. Even though it can't. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, you're exerting effort, but you're not going anywhere. And after a while, that's exhausting. Not because the movement is hard, but because the lack of progress is demoralizing. Your brain is working, and nothing is changing. And that drains you faster than almost anything else. There's also decision fatigue. Every choice you make, even tiny ones, uses energy. What to eat, what to wear, what to say, what to prioritize. Modern life is full of choices. Hundreds of them every single day. Most of them don't feel important, but they add up. By the end of the day, you're exhausted from deciding. That's why you can't figure out what to have for dinner. It's not that you're not hungry. It's that you don't have the energy to make one more choice. So you just eat whatever's easiest, or you don't eat at all. And people around you might think you're being difficult. But you're not. You're just tapped out. Here's another thing. Your brain gets tired from holding space for other people's emotions. You listen to a friend's problem. You comfort them, you help them process. And that's good. That's connection. But it takes energy, especially if you're someone who absorbs what other people are feeling. Who carries it with you after the conversation ends? You might not even realize you're doing it. But you are. You're holding their worry, their sadness, their stress. And your brain is trying to process it like it's your own. Because it doesn't always know the difference. It just knows that something heavy is here. And it tries to deal with it. So you can have a day where nothing bad happened to you. Where you didn't do anything particularly hard. But you talked to 3 people who were struggling. And by the end of the day, you feel like you ran a marathon. Because emotionally, you kind of... And then there's the tiredness that comes from not doing the thing you actually want to do. You spend all day doing things you have to do. Things that are fine. Things that are necessary, but not things that light you up. Not things that feel like you. And your brain notices that. It notices when you're just going through the motions. When you're checking boxes but not actually living. And it responds by shutting down. By making everything feel harder. Not because it's punishing you, but because it's trying to tell you something. It's saying, this isn't enough, we need more than this. But most people don't hear that message, they just feel the tiredness. And they push through, they drink more coffee, they try to power through, they tell themselves to stop being lazy, and the tiredness gets worse. Because you can't fix this kind of tired with rest. You can sleep for 12 hours and wake up just as exhausted. Because the exhaustion isn't about sleep, it's about alignment. It's about living in a way that doesn't match what you actually need. Your brain also gets tired from suppressing things, from pushing feelings down, from pretending you're fine when you're not, from smiling through things that hurt, from acting like it doesn't matter when it does. That suppression takes enormous energy. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. You can do it, but you have to keep constant pressure on it. The moment you let go, it pops up, so you just keep holding. All day. Every day. And it's exhausting. The tricky part is, you might not know you're doing it. It's so automatic, so habitual. You've been doing it for so long that it feels normal. You don't realize how much effort you're putting into keeping everything down. Until one day, you just can't anymore, and everything feels impossible. There's also the kind of tired that comes from waiting, from being in limbo, from not knowing what's going to happen. Your brain doesn't like uncertainty. It wants answers. It wants closure. It wants to know what comes next. But life doesn't always give you that. Sometimes you have to wait for test results, for someone to make a decision, for a situation to resolve. And while you're waiting, your brain is spinning. It's running scenarios. It's preparing for every possible outcome. It's trying to control something it can't control. And that's exhausting. Not because waiting is hard work. Because your brain is working overtime trying to manage the unknown. It's like revving an engine while the car is in park. All that energy going nowhere. So what do you do when you feel this kind of tired? When you can't pinpoint what's wrong. When you just feel heavy for no clear reason. You stop expecting yourself to push through. You stop treating tiredness like something to overcome. Because sometimes tiredness is information. It's your system telling you that something needs to shift. Carrying too much. That you're running on fumes. That you need more than just sleep. Maybe you need to close some of those tabs. Make a decision you've been avoiding. Have a conversation you've been putting off. Let go of something you've been carrying. Stop pretending. Stop performing. Stop holding it all together for everyone else. Maybe you need to feel what you've been pushing down, to stop moving long enough to notice what's actually there. The sadness, the anger, the disappointment, the grief. Not to wallow in it, just to acknowledge it, to let it exist without trying to fix it or explain it away. Because feelings don't go away when you ignore them. They just go underground, and they drain you from there. Quietly, constantly, until you give them a little bit of space. You're not broken for feeling tired without a reason. You're just human. And being human in this world takes more energy than people admit. The tiredness makes sense, even when it doesn't.